Today, I'm going to explore an ethical dilemma involving autonomous vehicles and how different ethical frameworks influence the decisions that we program into technology. Here's the dilemma. Imagine a self-driving car facing a sudden, unavoidable choice. If it continues forward, it'll hit two pedestrians, killing them but saving the passenger. If it crashes into a wall, the passenger dies, but the pedestrians survive. There is no third option, and the car must be programmed in advance to respond in one of these ways. This dilemma raises three key questions. To what extent should technology prioritize the lives of its users over others? Who gets to decide what ethical values become embedded in public technologies? And how do different ethical theories shape our judgment of programmed decisions? To analyze this dilemma, I'll use utilitarianism, which focuses on minimizing overall harm, axiology, which examines how we assign value to lives and outcomes, and ethical egoism, which prioritizes self-interest. First is utilitarianism. Utilitarianism focuses on outcomes, and in this situation, saving two pedestrians instead of one passenger produces the best net outcome. It also supports the idea that all lives are equal, further justifying this decision. The framework implies that society as a whole should agree on these values, since the goal is to benefit the greatest number of people. Axiology examines how we assign value and worth. From this perspective, the pedestrians are valued as more deserving of protection because they never consented to the risk associated with autonomous vehicles. The passenger, however, chose to enter the car and accepted that risk. Because of this, axiology supports sacrificing the passenger for the pedestrians to live. Ethical egoism takes a very different approach. It argues that the car should protect the passenger, who is the direct user of the technology, rather than the pedestrians. It also supports the idea that companies should program the car from this consumer-oriented view, because who would want to buy a car that would purposely kill them? Now let's answer some of our guiding knowledge questions. For the first question, utilitarianism rejects prioritizing the user when it increases overall harm. Egoism prioritizes the user's safety, and axiology emphasizes that the passenger consented to the risk while the pedestrians did not. For the second question, utilitarianism supports collective decision-making for the greater good. Egoism leaves control to companies and consumers, and axiology stresses that ethical values should reflect priorities shaped by law and public debate. And for the last question, different ethical theories lead to different outcomes in the same situation. Utilitarianism and axiology suggest crashing into the wall, saving the pedestrians over the passenger. Ethical egoism, however, leads to the opposite conclusion by prioritizing the passenger's survival over all others. Now, in the real world, most self-driving car systems prioritize passenger safety. Car manufacturers face legal and financial pressure to protect paying customers, and people are unlikely to buy cars they know could intentionally sacrifice them. This shows that egoist values already play a major role in how autonomous technology is developed. In conclusion, this dilemma shows that autonomous vehicles cannot be morally neutral. Different ethical frameworks lead to different conclusions, revealing the complexities of ethical programming. It raises the question, should technology really be able to choose who lives and who dies? Thank you.